Hi, this is 14-year-old sports writer William Scott making my Elite 8 picks for Week 9. It's going to be a great week for football. So let's start out with number 8. Number 15, Rutgers versus Kent State. Rutgers is undefeated coming into this game. Kent State is 6-1. So I think that Nova for Rutgers will have a huge game. He's had a great season as the Rutgers starting quarterback. But expect this game to be very, very close. I think Rutgers will win this one in a tight one, 37-31. And number 25, Wisconsin versus Michigan State. This is a must-win for Michigan State coming into this game at 4-4. It's been a disappointing season for them. A lot of people were picking them to win the Big Ten this year with Ohio State out and Penn State. So it will be out of bowl contention, I would say. So it's going to be it's going to be a great battle between Le'Veon Bell and Monte Ball. It's going to be a great game, but I think Wisconsin will win this one 34-27. And Michigan State, they're going to be pushing to make a bowl game. Number 22, Michigan versus Nebraska. It's going to be a great defensive battle. I think that Nebraska will shut down Jordan Robinson, who's, again, been a disappointment. And Michigan, they're overrated. I think that Nebraska has the edge in this one. I think it's going to be 20. I think Nebraska will win this one 23-20. And number 5, Ohio State versus Penn State. These are the top two teams in their division, and they're both ineligible to play in the postseason. I mean, Penn State, they start 0-2. It was looking like they were just going to win 3 or 4 games, and they've won 5 games in a row. They're 5-2. They're playing this game at home. It's going to be a great battle. Ohio State's undefeated. They'd probably be ranked like number 3 or 4 in the nation if they were eligible to go to the postseason. So I think that this will be a great game, but I think Penn State's momentum in this game will win this. Coming into this game will win it for them. It's going to be a great, great battle, though. I think that they'll shut down Braxton Miller as well. So it's going to be a great battle. I think that Penn State will win this one. And, I mean, it's going to be very close. Don't get me wrong. But I think that they'll win this one in a very tight one, 27-23. It's going to be a great game. Number 3, I can't wait till this game. Number 3, Kansas State versus number 14, Texas Tech. Texas Tech, 2 big upsets. They killed, just blew out West Virginia at home. That was huge. And they would go to Fort Worth and then beat Texas Tech in double overtime. So this is just going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to seeing this one. But Colin Klein, these are 2 Heisman. These are definitely 2 Heisman contenders. Colin Klein versus Seth Dodge. I think Colin Klein has the edge in this one, though. He's been huge. So I think it'll be a pretty high scoring game. 44-38, Kansas State. The Wildcats win. Number 2, Florida versus number 10, Georgia. If Florida wins this game, they automatically clinch the SEC East. If Georgia wins this game, they take the lead in the SEC East. Florida blew out South Carolina last week, and Georgia's only loss was to South Carolina. In that game, they got blown out. I think Florida will win this one. Jeff Driscoll's had a huge year. Andy Murray, I think that he'll be shut down by the Florida defense. And Gillingsley, I expect him to have a big game too. So I think Florida will win this game 27-20. But I think it'll come down to the wire because this is just a great rivalry game in Jacksonville. Number 1, Alabama versus number 11, Mississippi State. Both of these teams are undefeated. They're playing this game in Tuscaloosa. That'll definitely be an advantage for Alabama. Mississippi State has just so much momentum. They believe they can win this game. They're putting up posters and signs all over Starkville, Vegas, same thing. And just saying, no, we believe we can beat Bama. Don't be surprised if they win this game. I think it'll be a very close game. The Mississippi State defense just has so many difference makers. But A.J. McCarron, he's a Heisman Trophy candidate. He hasn't thrown an interception this season. 17 touchdowns, 0 interceptions coming into this game. I think that he'll throw 2 in this game now. So I think it'll be a very tight game. We'll see how McCarron does. I think that Bama will win this game 24-21. Very, very tight game though. But look for Mississippi State. Tyler Russell, I think that he might figure out the Alabama defense after a little while. But I think that Mississippi State's going to wear down Alabama for the LSU game next week. And who knows? LSU could beat Alabama. In that stadium behind me. Number 1. Number 5, Notre Dame versus number 8, Oklahoma. If Notre Dame wins this game, in my opinion, they're going to go to the national championship game because they play Pittsburgh, Wake Forest. It's a kind of easy schedule ahead. Then they play USC last game of the season. They can lose that game, but I still think they'd choose a one-loss Notre Dame team to go to the national championship game. So those one-loss teams like Florida State, Oklahoma, LSU that are hanging on trying to get in the national championship game, you better be rooting for Boomer Sooner in this game. So I think that Oklahoma, I think they have the advantage coming to this game. Their defense will shut down Golston. Listen to this. Golston and Reese both have a 58.5 completion percentage. Both have that. So that's how even they are this season. But Oklahoma, I think Landry Jones will have a big game. So will the Belldozer. So I think that Oklahoma will win this game 31-23. I think it'll be a tight game, and then Oklahoma will just kind of maybe score a touchdown or 2 at the end and win this game. Oklahoma, I think they will win this game. I think that their only loss is to Kansas State. So Notre Dame has played the most top 25 teams of anybody, even though those top 25 teams haven't been really worth anything yet this season. So I think there'll be a tight game, but I think Notre Dame will lose and Oklahoma will win. It's going to be a tight game. Landry Jones, expect him to have a huge game. All right, now my upset pick. Duke versus number 12, Florida State. You're looking at me like I'm crazy, right? Florida State's a 27-point favorite. But people don't know in Vegas that Duke is 6-2, leading their division in the ACC. If they win this game, they might go to the ACC championship game. Duke football, not basketball. Don't get me mixed up here. Duke football might go to the ACC championship game. So, Duke, they beat North Carolina in Durham at home last week to be bowl eligible for the first time since 1994. This Duke team is going to be so fired up coming into this game. I think that they're going to knock off Florida State. Sean, their quarterback Sean Renfree with a 69.2 completion percentage and 1,793 yards. It's going to be, I know that's not as good as E.J. Manuel, but it's awfully good for a Duke quarterback. So I think that they'll win this game. I think that they're going to knock off Florida State and E.J. Manuel and ruin their national title hopes. I don't care if Florida State's favored by 27. Duke is going to win this game. You will see. I don't care if Florida State's playing this game in Tallahassee. Duke will win this game. Duke wins 30-26. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great Saturday of watching college football. My goal is, before the season ends, for me to go 8-0 in my Elite 8 picks. So we will see what happens there. Look for Duke to beat Florida State. I'm telling you, I don't care. 27-point favorite. So we will see. Thank you for watching. This is 14-year-old sports writer William Scott.